Hi there, I'm Mama Robin. If you're new to the channel, welcome, and if you're not, then you already know who I am. However, it's been a while since I've been here. I've had a lot going on. I know no excuse, so I keep saying I'm going to make a schedule, and then I don't stick to it. I'm going to make a schedule this time, and I'm going to stick to it. You can expect videos on Mondays and Fridays around 3 p.m. I am at somebody else's place, so for now, I still have my own apartment. In fact, I'm on a waiting list for an apartment in Aransas Pass, so I can move closer to the beach, which is something I've always wanted. But we're going to continue our series on 11 years with a psychopath. Now, again, first of all, let me say up front, I am not a medical professional in any way, shape, or form. Don't claim to be, don't pretend to be, don't play one on TV, and this person has never, ever been diagnosed with psychopath. Although he probably would very easily be diagnosed with being narcissistic. Narcissism Personality Disorder, and NPD. So, we left off, we've been working on how to cope, or my 11 years with a psychopath, and maybe in some form teach other people how to cope with it as well. Okay, so let me show you what we've been using. I've been using this site right here. So we're going to continue with what I've done. Yes, so, and I'm still getting used to new glasses. They're bifocals, and I'm still having problems a little bit. So just bear with me. Hang in there. We'll get through this together. Not a problem. Okay, I think we left off with sadistic enjoyment and pain suffering. Now we're going to move on to boredom, thrill-seeking behaviors. And it goes like this. Because psychopaths lack some normal emotional wiring that most people have, it takes a lot more to excite them, to make them happy, to give them a thrill. Psychopaths are overall less impulsive than sociopaths, but they aren't driven by strong emotions. Their dull emotional response may cause them to seek out thrills. This may be why psychopaths want to engage in crime, violence, promiscuity, drug, and alcohol use. Now, with that being all just said, the person I dealt with does not seem to be a thrill-seeking person. He really doesn't. He used to be when he was younger. He used to go caving and spelunking, and well, he loves roller coasters and things like that. But as he's gotten older, he mostly just goes to work, comes home, goes to work, come home. Although he is a heavy drinker. If that's his thrill, then I guess he's a thrill seeker. But I cannot say that one fits him. I really can't. You could never convince me that fits him, because it just doesn't. It just didn't. And I've been honest with you so far. If I've seen something on here that says that might be him or that fit him, I've said so. And if I've seen things that don't fit him, I've said so. So onward. The next one is disregard for rules, love, and norms. This one probably fits him to a T. So, let's see here. Psychopaths do not follow the same code of ethics as most people in society, which is why they often behave in immoral or even illegal ways. This may include minor offenses like inappropriate comments, profanity, or more serious offenses like crime and violence, which not all psychopaths are violent criminals. The very high percentage of people who commit crime have psychopathic traits. He's not a criminal. Like, he doesn't go out. He was, according to him, when he was a teenager, he used to go out and break into people's homes. I don't know how true it is, because he's lied to me before. He's lied to me so much that I can't decipher anymore which is truth and which is lies. I just can't. I can't. I can usually tell when he's lying or telling the truth, depending on, what it is. But in his particular case, because he has lied, I don't know if he did those things or not. He says he did. But he likes to use the term when describing himself. He describes himself as crazy, and he sees it the way he's using it he sees it as a compliment. Because to him, crazy people go out and do crazy things, and people are afraid of crazy people, and he likes it when people are afraid of him. He actually enjoys that. That's, to him, is a rush, it's a thrill. Ooh, they're afraid of me. I'm a badass. I'm a crazy badass. I'm a crazy, as he puts it, I'm a crazy redneck badass. He might be crazy. He is a redneck. I wouldn't quite call him a badass. I mean, I personally don't like picking a physical fight with the man, but I wouldn't exactly call him a crazy redneck badass either. But he does seem to disregard rules, and he does put himself at the very tippy top of priorities. He thinks he is better than everyone, and he's good at convincing people that he doesn't think that, but he does. And he will tell you, oh no, you and I are a lot alike, we're almost identical. And secretly he's thinking to himself, you're a dirty little piece of shit, or whatever, and you don't match up to me. One of the arguments we used to have, because I worked my life, before I met him, I worked 12-hour days, 6 days a week. And I eventually did so much damage to my body, physical damage to my body, I was in a wheelchair. And I had to have both my knees replaced. And now I'm on disability. And it does not exactly pay good. I'm on a very limited income. But one of the arguments we used to have is, well, you get to sit on your ass and collect money, and I have to go out and work for a living. And my response to him always was, I did work. Yeah, I worked until I couldn't work. I raised 2 kids on my income. Paid 2 car payments, paid my rent, paid my utilities. I worked my ass off until I couldn't. This nonsense about how he doesn't have to work, but the rest of us can sit on our butts is bullshit. He acts like he's the only person on the planet that's ever had to hold down a full-time job and work to take care of his wife and kids. He doesn't seem to understand that everybody has to do that. If you want a life, you have to work for it. Now, yes, I am, as he puts it, sitting on my ass and collecting disability. But first of all, that's a very limited amount of money. And second of all, most importantly to me, not only is that limited amount of money, but I did do my work. I did put in my time. It's not like I'm hobnobbing in the Caribbeans or something. I'm working, or I did work. And I still do as much as I can. He likes to put me down for that, and that makes me mad. That's just one of many things. Or like when I was living with him and I would, spend the day cleaning house, he'd come home to a clean house and a cooked meal, and I would be proud of my work because I worked hard. I dusted everything. I vacuumed everything. I, wiped down the cabinets and the countertops, and I did all the work. I did the work. And he would come home, and instead of saying thank you, or the house looks nice, or oh cool, you got this done, or anything that he could have said, instead what I'd say, well, I can tell you did some housework and it looks okay, but my housework is better because I do this, that, and the other. Like, I pull all the furniture out and vacuum behind it. Well, first of all, no, he doesn't. And second of all, he might occasionally, and I do when I can, but being that I was in a wheelchair for a while, pulling furniture out was not an option. I do it once in a while. I probably pull out the furniture about every 3 months, seasonally. But the rest of the time it's just regular vacuuming. I don't pull out the furniture for regular vacuuming. But he says he does it every time, which I know is bullshit, so gaslights. And he can't just simply say, thank you for my work, or thank you for the energy you put into this, or anything. It's, well, you did a pretty good job, but mine's better. I work hard for a living. I work hard to support my family, and I deserve respect. And I keep also trying to explain to this person, no, you don't deserve respect. You have to earn respect. Respect's not handed out like Halloween candy. It's given because you earned it. It's like a paycheck. You have to earn your paycheck. You don't just go out and stand around and be charming and somebody's going to give you money. You got to go out and earn a paycheck. And that's what I explained to him, that while I'm not working at the moment, I have worked. And I've worked my entire life. And I'm telling you, I did take care of things. Um, I have worked. I'm not just sitting around collecting disability because I didn't work. I'm sitting around collecting disability because I did work. I worked till I no longer could. I worked until it was physically impossible. That's just many things he would say to me. He would make me feel like I wasn't worthy because he works and I don't. Or I assume he still works. I know I don't. But that was one of our biggest arguments, was that he worked and he provided for the family. It didn't matter what I brought to the table. It didn't matter if I bought all the groceries with my money. It didn't matter if I paid all the bills. Matter of fact, one of the things he said to me, at the time I was first started getting disability, I was only getting $800 a month. I've had a few raises since then. It's gone up some. When I first started making that, my $800 a month, I said, you know what, I only get $800 a month and I help out with every dime of that. And he said, yeah, I know, $800 really isn't very much. I make that in a week. And I thought, well, goody whoop-de-doo for you. You make that in a week. Well, la-di-da. Aren't we special? So, like I said, he's not really a thrill seeker, so to speak. He is abusive verbally. Not so much physical. I mean, there has been physical. There has been physical. Not even a doubt. Has been physical. But it typically doesn't go there. It's typically just verbal, emotional, however you want to look at it. So, when, with all that being said, anyhow, that covers today's. I'd like to wrap this up, like in the next couple of days, like Monday and maybe next week, next Friday. Then I want to do a couple things for Halloween, and then we're going to start another series. So I will wrap this up today. I do want to add a disclaimer again. I am not now, nor ever have been, nor pretended to be, or played on TV, a medical professional of any kind. And this person I'm referring to has never been diagnosed as a psychopath. What I am saying is he does have definitely narcissistic and potentially psychopathic tendencies. And if that is mentally harmful to anyone, it is mentally harmful. And at the end of this, I will go over all the reasons that makes it harmful. In the meantime, I am not a professional, don't claim to be. I do want to say, if you know somebody that is having problems like this, or needs help of any kind, or if you yourself is in a relationship like this, or you're whatever, and you need help, please don't hesitate to ask. There is nothing wrong with asking for help. It is necessary that you do this. This is the suicide hotline. I want everybody to see that, and I want everybody to be aware of that. That is the suicide hotline. So call it. If you just need help, look for it. It is out there somewhere. You will find the help you need. And if you're in a relationship like this, please, 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 for your own safety, your own sanity, your own sake, get out of it. Find some place to go and get out of it. Or if you think your relationship is salvageable and you can find a therapist or a counselor that is willing to work with both of you, then you can try that. That might work. I'm not saying you should lock, stock, and barrel, pack everything and run. I did. But that's what works for me. What works for me may not work for you. Absolutely may not work for you. So yeah, if you think it can be helped or fixed, then get the help. If you don't think it can, then get out and get yourself help. It's never be ashamed to ask for help. Everybody needs help sometime in their life with something. So, again, this is Mama Robin. If I can bring anybody peace, happiness, understanding, then I've done my job. If one person watches this and gets help, I've done my job. If one person watches this and helps someone else get help, I've done my job. This is why I'm doing these. I'm not doing these for fame, obviously. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have fancy equipment. I don't know how to edit. I'm not doing this to get notoriety. I'm doing this to reach out and help. That's why my name is Mama Robin, because I'm mom people. I am people's mama. Other adults call me Mama Robin. So I wish you all a beautiful and blessed day, wonderful weekend. I love you all. I want everybody to take care.